Hello, year twos. Welcome to phonics. Now, yesterday we learned how to write the plurals of nouns by adding s and es. Now, today we are going to do something a little bit similar to that, but with verbs. And remember, we know that verbs are action words. So today we are going to be adding s and es to action words. Now, let's have a look at that. When we add verb s and es to action words, we then call that the simple present tense. Okay, let's go on and look at some words and forget about all these tricky words, right? So, we use this when we are writing about something that is repeated, something that is always true, or something that's happening in a future time. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Something repeated. For example, Eva wakes up at 7:30 every morning. I walk to school. I ride my bike every weekend. This is something that is always happening. Every morning, Eva wakes up at 7:30. I come to school walking every day, or I ride my bike every weekend. Something that is always or generally true. It is very true that the sun sets in the west. It is true that I speak Urdu. Do you think it's true? It's true that they live in a city. Also, we use this when we're writing about something that is happening in a future time, something that is just about to happen. It's not yet happened, but it's going to happen, and we know that it will definitely happen. For example, the bus leaves at 9 o'clock. It has not yet left because it's not yet 9 o'clock, but at 9 o'clock, the bus will leave. Or the film starts at 3:30. So we're just waiting till 3:30. That's when the film will start. Let's look at some of the rules of making the of using s and es. So when you're talking about yourself, when you start with I, you will follow it up by am. I am. What about when you're talking to someone else? You go you are. What about if you, maybe and your friend, are talking about someone who's just passing by? You'll say he or she or it is. Now, if we are talking about ourselves, we're in our group or in our classroom, we're going to say we are. Or if you're telling your friend about something, you'll tell them you are. If we're talking about people in the next classroom or in another school, we will say they are. Okay. Now, since we know all about this, we're going to try and add verbs to all this. Yeah, let's add verbs to these pronouns, and then we'll see that some verbs will just stay that like they are, and some verbs will have to add s or es. So let's first of all use the verb run. Miss Salasha, I run. You, what will you say? Will you say run or runs? You run. Well done. He or she or it. Now, because we're talking about someone else, we'll add s and make it runs. We, as a group, as our class, or as Brabant children, we run. You run. They, our friends, they run. Let's try using this verb sing. I sing. Well done. You sing. Our friend, he or she or it sings. We, our group, sing, you sing, and they sing. Let's try one more. If each was, we're talking about yourself or someone next to you or a group of people that you are also part of them or other people that are over there. For example, you say, I run, you sing, we laugh, they jump. So you're not going to add S or ES at all. They're going to stay like that. However, if we're talking about now another person, just one person, okay, who is not you, who you're not seated with, and they're in another place. Maybe they're in a different class, in a different school, in a different house. So you'll say, he runs, or she sings, or it jumps, or it laughs. Okay? Because you're talking about someone else. That's called third person. Now, remember what we said yesterday that some words you're going to definitely have to add es. And those words will either be ending with o, they'll be ending with ch, sh, s, s, x, or z. If you have words ending with any of these sounds, you definitely have to add es. For example, fix. If you're talking about what this person does every other time, you'll say fixes. He fixes the door. So every time the door breaks, this person will come to fix it. He fixes the door. Go ends with o, so we'll have to add es to that verb to make it goes. So go becomes goes. She goes to school every day. Wish becomes wishes because wish ends with sh, and we've said what words that end with sh we add es. Wish becomes wishes. She wishes her friend happy birthday every year. Buzz becomes buzzes because it ends with Z or double Z. Okay, so let's remember those rules because we will definitely need them when we are writing our verbs. So, yesterday, this is what we did. We found some rules of adding s and es to nouns, but today we are adding s and es to words that are not nouns. Okay, and we are not making plurals, but the rules are just the same. Let's try to read some of these sentences together. So if I'm talking about me, I'll say, I jump up high. What if I'm talking about someone else? I'll say, he jumps up high. You realize that when I'm talking about someone else, I've added s to the verb. Yeah? Let's read another one. Talking about myself, I'll say, I stamp my feet. But if I was talking about someone else, if my friend was the one stamping her feet, I'll say, she stamps her feet. See, when I'm talking about myself, no S. When I'm talking about my friend, I add S to the verb. Talking about me again, I munch on a carrot. I'm talking about someone else, Bob munches on a carrot. Now, guys, we are going to do something just like this. Let me show you the worksheet that you're going to do today. Today, you're going to read some of these verbs and try to write, to add S or ES. Okay, so for example, play, what are you going to do to it? Do you think play needs S or ES? Well done. Play just needs S. Play, place. Okay. I like to play with my toy. She plays with her toy. Wash. What do you think about wash? Remember, wash ends with sh. Well done. Add es. Wash, washes. She washes her shoes every Saturday. Washes. So you're going to read all these words and try to add s and es. If you want to challenge yourself more, you can try to complete these sentences using those words. For example, Peter and his friends go to school by bus. There it is. And on and on and on. Then you will send your work to your teacher. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.